welcome to another episode of Cup Contender or Total Bender. You guys all know the rules. I bring in contestants, I ask them about certain teams, and they tell me if they're good or if they're bad. Today I brought the only three teams that I can say with any confidence are truly good teams. First up we have Tampa Loqual. How you doing today, Tampa? Well, it's great to be here, Bruins Loqual. I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit. Up next, we have Colorado Loqual. How you doing, buddy? You ready to lose by the second round?
Let's just play the game.
Lovely! And finally, we have one of our fan favorites. That is the Carolina Hurricanes Loqual. How's it going, buddy?
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
As good a reason as any. All right, gentlemen, you know the rules. I'm going to give you a team. You tell me if they are a cup contender or a total bender. All right, first on the docket, we have the Florida Panthers. Tampa, what do you think?
Oh, that's a contender for sure.
Correct, but we'd forget they won the cup as little as 6 months later. Next, Oilers. What do you say, Avalanche Loqual?
Pretenders, but there'll be 4 controversial calls and a suspension involving McDavid by the second round.
Damn straight, mi amigo. And next, we have the Canadians. What do you think, Carolina Loqual?
Total bender. Took care of them myself.
You sure did. All right, last but not least, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Yeah, they're probably right. They're probably good.
The answer is yes, but we're sure as soon as we say it, they'll lose 7 in a row. Now it's time for the speed round. Now in this speed round, we're going to name a team. You are going to tell us the most common tweet from that fan base at the end of the season, July 1st. Here we go. Coyotes.
At least we aren't the Sabres.
Correct. Buffalo.
At least we aren't the Coyotes.
Bingo. Washington.
That'll be a meme about the first round exit and then a hashtag rent-free comments below.
Sounds right to me. Vegas.
Something you could imagine a 14-year-old girl who just got dumped by their first boyfriend would put on Twitter.
Correct. We also would have accepted Sidney Crosby to Vegas confirmed. And lastly, Toronto.
Fire Dubas.
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is a dub. And not only is it a dub, but McAvoy is okay. There's a lot to unpack, but the first thing I looked at as soon as the game was over, I was, oh, we all were, right? We all were. McAvoy took a massive hit, 6 minutes left in the third, by Girgensons. We're going to talk about the hit. We'll get there. But per Cassidy, few stitches. He seems to be good. We'll see how he wakes up tomorrow morning, because you got to be careful with the head stuff. That is incredible news, though. That is the difference between, well, maybe he misses a couple games, and if, worst case scenario, he wakes up tomorrow and it's a concussion, or he's out for the foreseeable future. Like, I'm going to be honest. You thought our defense was bad before? Whew. But so far, so good. There's a lot to unpack in this one, even though it's just the Sabres. But first of all, like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. And if the first video made you go, then as a Thanksgiving gift, just send this video so they see the opening to a fan of one of the teams I made fun of. Hockey fans are really good with lighthearted humor. They react really well to it. So love to see what some other people think. Sabres have lost 3 in a row coming into this game, now 4 in a row, and they had lost 9 of the last 11. Anderson, out with the injury. Tokarski and Dell have a combined .894 save percentage on the season. That spells a dub for the boys. Aaron Dell got the start. You have to win that game with Aaron Dell behind that team. A loss here would have made a lot of us who have been holding on and have been happy with the team for the most part, with the slow start, knowing there's a lot of new pieces. You can't lose to this team in this way with that goaltender. Needed this win. Ullmark was scheduled to start. He did not, though, because he tweaked something in the morning skate. I'm not really sure what that means going forward, but Swayman got the start. Ullmark was a game-time decision, so probably not something too severe. Still, something to keep an eye on. The only changes on defense are that Forbort is now down in the second pair with Carlo, and Grizz got bumped up to the first pair. I love that Grizz got bumped up. Forbort and Carlo is a disaster. And very predictably, they were kind of a disaster. One last thing before the game gets started. There is a Thanksgiving rule in the NHL where if you are in a playoff position, you are much, much, much more likely to make the playoffs come end of season than you would be if you were not in a playoff position during Thanksgiving. It actually holds a lot of water statistically, I don't know exactly what the numbers are off the top of my head, but I know it's pretty crazy how little actually changes from Thanksgiving to the end of the season standings wise. There are exceptions, 1 or 2 teams a year, but for the most part, you're either locked in or you're not. We are in a wild card position, I believe, after that win. So I'm going to take that as a Bruins are making the playoffs. Also, it's Swayman's birthday. Happy birthday. 23rd birthday. He's young. Give him a break. The first 12 minutes of this game kind of sucked. Right out of the gate, there's not a lot of good pressure. There's chances going the other way. 2.5 minutes in, Zaboral goes for cross-checking. We kill that penalty. During that penalty, Coyle and Forbort have a 2-on-1. Coyle opts to shoot rather than pass. Misses the net, but still a good choice there. But we just can't get anything going, and we're being thoroughly outworked, thoroughly outplayed. Their forecheck is working. Nothing's going right. And 11 minutes in, predictably, they get a goal, but this was awful, the way this happened. Like, if I asked you, hey, who's more likely to score? Is it Pasternak going down the right side with a clear shot at the net and an option to pass to Marchand? Or is it Kyle Okposo with Bergeron directly in front of him? Turns out it's Okposo. I never say that name correctly. Okposo. It's not Okposo. Okposo. I even made a mental note to remember how to say it, and I just can't. My brain is dumb. Pasta and Marshy have that 2-on-1. Pasta opts to shoot low, looking for the rebound. The rebound's good, but not quite what he needed to get to Marshy. It bounces past the other way. Okposo takes the left side transition into our defensive zone. Bergeron's right in front of him. Puck's to the net, right? You knew he was surprised to score here. Fires it between Bergeron's legs, short side Sway, and Sway gets beat, short side blocker. You have to have that. I could not believe that went in. There was room, too. That got me shooketh. It shooketh me. But then something shifted. And it felt like everything the team had been hearing about how they're not quite good enough, how we keep losing to teams that are supposed to be our competition level. And yeah, sure, we're beating the bad ones. We know Buffalo's one of the bad ones. But now we're down a goal to them. It just felt like a switch was flipped. And the guys started playing angry. And you could see it in their faces. After the goals, yeah, there were cheers, but then poof, locked right back in. 13.5 minutes in. Nice transition. Again, we opt to shoot low. It's Pasta from the right side again. Bounces out. Bergie collects the rebound, sends it to Grizz at the left point, who sends it right back to Bergie, and puck's on net. Fires it into the slot. Save. Scramble. I think Marshy touches this. I think Pasta touches it. Boots it back out to the left side where Bergie gets to collect it on his backhand, flick it into the net, wide open net. Tokarski was down. Not Tokarski. Dell mixed them up already. Dell was down. That is a tie game. All right. This is the Buffalo Sabres. It's a tie game. Let's do this. 52 seconds later. Forbort's on the left side neutral zone, wraps the puck around. It's going to go past Dell and go all the way up the right wall. Foligno's going to get there first. He puts enough pressure on the defender to basically allow the puck to keep moving. Coyle comes in, beats his defender to the puck, out-muscles him, steps. He's below that right dot just barely. And this is a sniper-rooney and cheese. Say cheese, motherfucker. Click, click. High glove, basically high shoulder. Dell looked like he ducked. He was scared of the damn thing. Get the fuck out of the way of a Coyle snipe. That is 2-1. 52 seconds later. And your boy gets hype because this is a game that I did not want to see us struggle. I did not want to see us lose. I just wanted the Bruins to take care of business so we can get back to facing good teams and finally get a real premier win. A real good one. We weren't done yet, though. 4:30 left in the game, just about 1 minute and 20 seconds after the last goal. It is a power play. Pasta gets hooked. It's more pressure. It's more pressure. It's more pressure. On the power play, you know what it is. PPG, Pasta from the office, just fucking obliterates this puck. Blocker side, that is 3-1. I don't gotta break that goal down. You know what happens there. 1 minute left. 21st shot of the period. Zaboral, top of the slot, fires it down. It gets deflected out to the left side. Riley has an open net. This shift was Zaboral to a T. He gets the puck, starts to transition from our zone, nice neutral zone play, positions himself well in the offensive zone, and it's a clean shot that gets through some bodies to make some noise on the other end. That is what we need. That guy is showing top 4 potential. And I know we've talked about it before. He has the tools. Can he put it together? And he's looking better and better every game. This would really fill a need for us. I'm liking what I'm seeing. 4-1. And you know what? We're going to end the period that way. And I would be all giddy. I would be all giddy at this point in the game. And I was to a degree. But about $1:30 left in the period, going backwards a little bit, DeBrusk has a shift. And the puck is in the offensive zone. And it's lazy play after lazy play. Doesn't want to take the hit to get the puck deep. Just not doing what you want to see from him, even if he's not scoring. You need to see him still have that effort. These are the moments that scare me that he's going to take steps back. This was a lazy shift. And I'm having trouble rooting for the guy in moments where he's being lazy. I want him to succeed so much. I'm such a DeBrusk guy. I've talked to you guys about this, about the jersey, that this jersey means a lot to me. That player means a lot to me. And I'm having trouble rooting for him as the past week and a half, there's been more moments like that where he's just not showing the leg movement. I don't always need DeBrusk to be the scoring guy. I like it when he scores. I get really hyped, but I can't do the lazy. Can't do it. He would play a lot better through the second and third. But that shift was really, really bad. Second period, Tokarski is in for Dell. So if I ever switch those names up before, I'm sorry. They both played this game. Tokarski is in. Tokarski will basically shut us out for the rest of the game until late in the third. This second period was not good. It was not. So we had 11 bad minutes in the first. And then it was about 11 minutes before we saw the Bruins even wake up in the second. Now, we did have a fight-ish. 2 minutes in, Foligno and Miller get into it, and Foligno's just laughing at the guy, bullying him. He doesn't really go hard in the fight because, the guy's just overmatched, you can tell. That was a weird moment. Buffalo just has a lot of frustration. I get it, man. But you're 10 minutes in and you're getting nervous. You got a 4-1 lead. What are you worried about? But, if the team's going to play like this the rest of the game, that 4-1 lead could evaporate. I was hoping for an 8-1 finish. You know how you do. But what was bothering me is we couldn't get the puck out of the zone. There was a lot of bad turnovers, and it didn't feel like anyone cared. It's very clear that everyone just wanted to go see their families for Thanksgiving. That is very clear. And I get that, but Jesus, really bad. It leads to a play where Hayden gets behind Forbort because Forbort's slow. That's pretty much why he got behind him. And big hooking play. They call penalty shot. You know Swayman's going to stop that all day. He loves the penalty shot. I realized he loves the penalty shot because rebounds don't matter. And that's something that Swayman struggles with sometimes. So, finally figured that out. Couple nice shifts by the second line late in the second period, so that's nice to see. But the period will end 4-1. We're lucky to still have a big lead. But Zaboral, really playing well. He was just such a standout this whole game. Third period, I had kind of a funny note here. 9 minutes in, and I made the note, I haven't made a note. There was just nothing going on. There was a couple chances back and forth. We looked good for a second, then we don't look good for a second. Everyone just wanted to go home. 6:14 left, the McAvoy hit. McAvoy's going down the right side, back into the defensive zone to pick up the puck. Girgenson's coming in to make a hit. He committed to the hit. And this is not dirty contact. This is not a malicious hit. He was looking to go shoulder to shoulder and pin him to the boards, right? What instead happened is McAvoy sees him coming, trusts his skating ability, which why wouldn't you? You're McAvoy, and goes to spin and takes a full number hit that puts his head into the corner of the boards and goes down. My heart stopped. I was right with Jack Edwards where I'm like, holy shit, that guy better be out. That guy better be suspended for 3 weeks. That's what slow-mo is for. They call the 5-minute major, they review the 5-minute major, and they decide with their explanation saying a head trauma hit. It is a head injury that I mean, say what you want about the way the rules are. They decided to uphold the 5-minute major. Did it really matter in the grand scheme of the game? Probably not. So I don't think Sabres fans are going to be irate about it. I would be surprised if Girgensons gets suspended for this. It did not look malicious to me. It just had a really shitty result. That happens sometimes. Luckily, after the game, I already mentioned this, Bruce said that there were just some stitches. It looks like McAvoy's okay. About 2 minutes into that power play, it is nice control by Coyle. He has patience on the right side, just holding the puck, going back and forth. It opens space because the defense moves a little bit. Gets the puck to Smith in the slot, who brings it forward, but then backhands it to the left dot, where there is Hall, who steps into the slot a little bit and snipes top glove corner. That's 5-1, and the boos rain down because Hall has wronged Sabres fans somehow. I don't know. But that's your final score, 5-1. That's a dub! Game notes. Forbort and Carlo cannot remain a pair. Unsurprisingly, they struggle getting out of their own zone because they're slow as shit. But they don't allow a ton of shots. But no offense is created while they're on the ice. Like at all. Go look at their Corsi percentages, their Fenwick percentages, their high danger chances against versus for. I don't think they had a single high danger chance while they were on the ice. Statistically, it's really bad. And if you don't like advanced analytics, just go watch the game again. And every time they're on the ice, just watch them. We're in our own zone. And that was against Buffalo. Buffalo plays hard, and their forecheck is good. Carlo and Forbort struggle with forecheck because they're slow. I love Carlo. I am lukewarm at Forbort. Zaboral should be on a line with Carlo right now. If McAvoy's healthy. Put him on that left side with Carlo. Forbort and Riley, give it a go. But Forbort and Carlo against a team like the Rangers on Friday, if that's our lineup against them, I guarantee they allowed 2 goals. Coyle's playing with a ton of confidence. Like to see that. I'd like to see him connect with Hall a little bit more. There's some grinding of the gears with that partnership, and I'm not sure how to fix it. Maybe it's just a style problem, but you would think that style would work. But Coyle being a little more selfish with the puck at times, holding it until he decides to let it go. God, is he good at it. Really like what I saw from him. Zaboral, looking great. I've already been over this. If he can continue doing that, put him in the top 4. I said McAvoy missing time. I made the note before I saw the tweet from Cassidy or from the Bruins. McAvoy missing time would sink this team. It absolutely would. Not a complete effort. Not a complete effort. The second was abysmal. The first half of the first was abysmal. We didn't really care in the third. Fine. But not a complete effort. There are a lot of responses to the McAvoy hit saying they can't believe that there wasn't more of a physical response from the Bruins. Now, some of this is old school thinking where that's not really what the game is about anymore. We can all agree on that there's less of that in this game. And it's not just the Bruins. I have been on team threads for every single team in the league. And every single one has at least one guy saying this team is not gritty enough. Every single team has that, by the way. I just want to point that out. I honestly think everyone was just worried about Mac. Like, I don't know if anyone wanted to. I don't know if Cassidy's on the bench just going, get through the next 6 minutes, go home to your families. Like, fucking stop with this nonsense. We're out of here. We're done. We're up 4-1 and we have a 5-minute major power play. We're done here. That's very possible. I'm not mad about the lack of response because I think there was something else going on there. Last game note, and the most important one. Have a great Thanksgiving, guys. For those of you who are going home to your families or seeing friends, whatever it is, I hope you have a great time. I hope everyone keeps politics out of it and you just enjoy some drinks and food. For those of you who are spending the holiday alone, and trust me, I have been there. In fact, this time around, I'd probably prefer it. My family is nuts. But for those of you who are spending the holiday alone, just know there are people who miss you. There are people who wish they were spending it with you. You are in people's thoughts. The holidays can be really hard when you're all by yourself. And I know that. So if you are spending the time alone, whether it be by choice or a lack of choice, just know that there are others thinking about you, and reach out to people. I know it's a holiday, but I've had holidays where I was too stubborn to reach out, saying, I don't feel great being alone. People will respond. They care. So just keep that in mind. That does it for me, though, guys. Go Bees!